All right, shalom, shalom, Akim. All praises, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh. Shem Yahushai, Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders who raised millstone, and peace and blessings to you fellow Akim out there pushing this word in true sincerity. Okay, I want to entitle this video, Folly is Increasing Simultaneously as America or as Babylon is being destroyed. Okay. So, as you can see, folly is increasing itself. What is folly? Silliness, playfulness, party and bullshitting. Okay. And this is all increasing, okay, simultaneously as America is falling down the drain. All right, more and more people, they're in the spirit of partying. They're in the spirit of joy, the spirit of folly, because so much hell is being presented to them. Okay, from economic crises, all right, family members on drugs, okay, people being shot, home invasions, okay, the love of many is waxing cold. All right, it tells you that in Matthew 24, through iniquity abound, the love of many shall wax cold and cold. So with the love of many waxing cold and iniquities abounding, meaning sin, okay, people try to find an escape route, especially Jake. Jake is just living their best life, basically. Like that song that this is one Jake. He's a comedian. He created, and you see that's the spirit of America. The spirit of America is to run away from the issues, all right, and to party them off, all right. Party on the weekend, but now, hey man, people partying all throughout the week. People are on drugs. All right, Jake's being rappers and entertainers. This is Ecclesiastes 10 and 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low places, or the rich sit in low place. So that joyfulness, that folly, is increasing. That's why there's always a new TV show. There always has to be a new Netflix hit. There always has to be a new team. Okay, the Super Bowl, the playoffs. All right, because people's attention span is getting shorter and shorter, and at the same time, people need more stimulation. It's in the form of folly. They already been there, seen that, or been there, done that. They need more folly. They need more silliness. They need more bullshit. Okay, they need more. In circuses as during the time of the Roman Empire. As the Roman Empire was falling, to appease people's minds, what did the government do? They gave free food. All right, they had gladiatorial events all the time. And what does that remind you of? That reminds you of America, and that's exactly what's happening in the midst of nations and trade wars. Okay, proxy wars. Okay, people losing their jobs, people dying of all type of diseases. What are people doing? They're playing. They're partying to get them away from the reality. The reality of what the American dream is nothing but a facade. It's fake. It's phony. All right. It's unreachable. Okay. Let me get another scripture. This is let me go to Daniel, because in Daniel 5th chapter, Babylon fell. Babylon fell, and what were they doing? They were partying. The same night that Babylon was taken over by the Persians and the Medes. Okay, Belteshazzar. Let me read this. This is Daniel 5:1. Belteshazzar, the king, made a great feast to 1,000 of his lords, and drank wine before the 1,000. Belteshazzar, whilst he tasted the wine, commanded to bring the gold and silver vessels which his father Nebuchadnezzar had taken out of the temple which was in Jerusalem, that the king and his princes, his wives and concubines might drink therein. All right. So when you read the story, he created a feast, just as it states. And he starts seeing the writing on the wall. So he called all his astrologers and his soothsayers, the Chaldeans, to break that down. And Daniel was able to break it down. Now I'm gonna jump down to the bottom, and let me start at let me just start at 22. It says, "And now his son, O Belteshazzar, has not humbled thy heart, though thou knowest all this, but has lifted up thyself against the Lord of heaven." And that's what America has done. He has lifted up themselves. All right, the so-called white man has lifted up himself. He says that he's God, and they go against everything that the scriptures stand for. And they have brought the vessels of his house before thee, and thou and thy lords, thy wives, and thy concubines have drunk wine in them, and has praised the gods of silver and gold, of brass, iron, wood, and stone, which see not, nor hear, nor know, and the God in whom hand thy breath is, and who are all thy ways, hast thou not glorified. And this is what you have in America. You have people glorifying these other gods, unbeknownst to them. Or they don't even know that they're worshiping these different gods in the form of designer clothing, okay, in the form of gladiatorial events, okay. All these things, they have a spirit that's attached to them, and these people worship them, okay. Then was the part of his hand set from him, and his writing was written, and this was the writing, that was written, many tickle up Harson, if I'm pronouncing that right. Let me go down. Now let me just keep reading. This is the interpretation of the thing, meaning the Most High has numbered thy kingdom and finished it. All right, and what does that sound like? It sounds like Babylon having a bound set that they can't pass. This tells you that in Job. Let's get that. This is Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So this new day modern Babylon, which is America, they have a certain amount of time to be in rulership and to spread wickedness, and that time is diminishing. But simultaneously, as the number of his days being determined, or the closer and closer to America being destroyed, more folly, more playfulness, more jolly, more joy is being created. Is more and more people are being godless and just pleasing their own flesh, because that's all that's here. That's all that's left here in Babylon. You know, I'm gonna jump down and then verse 29. Then commanded Belteshazzar and they clothed Daniel with scarlet and put a chain of gold about his neck and made a proclamation concerning him that he should be the third ruler in the kingdom. And that night was Belteshazzar the king of the Chaldeans slain, and Darius the Median took the kingdom, being about 62 years old. You see, so Babylon was taken down. Now this Babylon is going to be taken down with violence. All right, and no other nation is going to have that rulership or fall into the rulership or take the rulership. Or I should say, at the same time, while all this is happening, the Yahweh Shai is going to come and take that rulership from the so-called white man. Okay, this is Luke 17:26. And as it was in the days of Noah, so it shall be in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. And that was the first death. And now we're going to experience, or you people in Babylon are going to experience, a second death, which is going to be by fire. And even though even though the writing is on the wall, so to speak, all signs point to Babylon being destroyed, these people have no clue. But they engulf themselves in eating and drinking and giving in marriage, basically in pleasures and folly. More folly is being increased. Okay, because like I said earlier, more hell is on the planet Earth. So to mitigate that hell that these people are catching, what do? They engulf themselves in the pleasure of this world: drugs, sex, even if it's unlawful. They enjoy themselves in all these things: partying, drinking, sports, food. Okay, to and all in excess. Okay, with no balance. Verse 28. Likewise, also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they built it. What was the day of Lot? The day of Lot was Sodom and Gomorrah. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. So these people have no clue what's coming to the earth, even though all the signs are pointing to America being destroyed. Even though that America's in a trade war with China, America is allies are decreasing. Okay, the whole structure of America, okay, constructionally, okay, economically, politically, socially, morally, okay, all these social constructs of America are being destroyed. People can't find jobs. There's a housing crisis. There's a drug crisis. Okay, there's a homeless crisis. All right, there's a medical crisis. People are dying. People are overweight. This country has the most obese people on the planet Earth. All right, the people can't find good work, good careers. People are in debt. So what do? They I said, mitigate all the hell that they have to, or to not to face reality. What do? They dive heavy into folly, and this is what we're seeing, and that's going to lead to the destruction of America, and it is leading to the destruction of America, and these people have no clue what's going on, because they engulf themselves in the pleasures of this world, which is temporal. It's for a very short moment, because fire is about to rain down on you Babylonians. Okay, I'm gonna finish off on this scripture. This is Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, just as we read in Daniel the 5th chapter. What kingdom was that? That was the Babylonian empire. Okay, and what empire are we in right now? This is the daughter of Babylon that made all the earth drunken, that the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her, take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed. So Babylon is suddenly fallen, just as during the time of the Babylonian Empire, they were partying, they had a big feast, and the king, he didn't have a clue. All right, he didn't have a clue. He was partying that night, and he died that night. So just as America, the spirit of America is decreasing, it's dying, the turnip spirit is cranking up, and they don't even know that this destruction is suddenly going to fall upon them. You know, so I hope you brothers are edified with this lesson. You know, more and more folly is going to increase. More and more people are going to totally dive head into wickedness and please their flesh, and you can see this today. And they're not looking at the signs. They're not looking to see what the Heavenly Father is saying, or even 2/3 of our people. So with that, shalom to the elect.